PTG, Hyper G, and Luggy success. That threw you. That threw you a little bit, didn't it? You didn't know what to do with that.
I dealt with it though. So.
Okay, yeah, you did. You did. Well, I don't actually want to see you just crumble as a person on live recording.
It's just cry. You got this. Start again. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, that's it. Proxy Gaming dead live on camera. Oh well, we survived another one. So yeah, suppose we should
skin about teeth.
Suppose we should talk about round two.
Round two.
Sport. Northern GT.
We were the scene was set. Both of us got a 12-8 loss. We were
first time we've ever been on the same points.
Happy enough because we'd played good players, but we were slightly out for revenge because we needed a big win. There we were.
Actually, you played Hugh and I played Tanker. I mean, that's like
good players,
pretty good standard opposition there, isn't it? And
absolutely.
8 points a game. Yeah.
And the scene was set for me, game 2, to play someone else. It was another.
I'm not Daemons.
You're not Daemons at all. This wasn't you. This was my second Daemons so far.
Yeah,
as well. So Daemons after Daemons. Played Hugh and then Ollie. So last year's England captain, last year's world captain. So there you go.
Good, nice competition. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
The chumps are them.
As we know, I took beast heads with druidism.
We do know
3 giants, 2 minotaurs, etc.
I'm yawning already.
Yawning. Oh yeah, very much so. I agree. But at least Ollie's Daemons list was different. There is no skirt.
Oh, that's not his list.
This is Hugh's list.
That's Hugh's list. Yeah. Do you want to roll with it, or do you want to just pretend?
Yeah. I don't know. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah. No, you are done.
No, so this isn't the list. This is the list from before. So you can pause it if you like, but we're going to carry on and show you where we're going.
Yeah, I say you talk about Ollie's list when we see the deployment.
Yeah, I think so. That's probably.
I reckon that would be. That's probably what we intended right from the off. To be honest,
absolutely straight away.
You know, yeah, good stuff. What's the deployment, Lucky Sixes?
The deployment is. It's funny you should ask, actually, because that's what this is the right one. This is blind deployment.
It looks it. Yeah.
Is basically a roll off whoever goes first. Is the one that wins the roll off, and it is. I think it's it's blind deployment, so there's no drop in for first or anything like that.
No.
Spoils of war was the objective. So it's pretty cool. We just had to
I like this
write
one.
down what it was over the lunchtime period, and then whack it on the table and
whack it down.
This is us whacked. So, from my point of view,
midway through your turn 1, as usual.
Once again, I was just so excited to. We were having a lot of chat as well. Ollie's a good man. He was staying with us at Matty P's, so it was nice just to have a bit of a chat with him. Those two. From my point of view, I've got 2 ambushing units as standard on the left-hand side. Then I've got a Big Brother Giant there. Obviously, knowing that the Giants are pretty good in this matchup, I've got them on the other side. I've got the 2 other Giants. But staying on this side, I've got the 3 Chariots. The Minotaurs without a character, then the Razor Tusk, then the Minotaurs with a character, the Gargoyles behind, Krugar fairly centrally for his normal escapades, then the Mongrels and the Soothsayer. So basically putting the forest in the middle so that I can go after the spoil in the middle.
Yeah.
But also so that I can put my Minotaurs there and his big unit, which you will see, it will not be steadfast and stuff like that, should it go in. But as we have no idea what Ollie has in his list, let's try and tell you.
Yeah, it's a shame because he did spend all of Friday when Matty's telling you about his unbeatable Death Star.
He did, didn't he? And it wasn't just me specifically; it was everyone.
No,
and
considering I was rocking Death Stars, he tried to out Death Star me.
He did. So, it was talking about flopping things on tables. The Death Star talk was rife.
It was.
But yes, so he has got from left to right. He's got bloat flies in that top left, 3 of them. Then he's got a Hope Harvester,
Okay, yeah.
It might be a threshing engine. Actually, it's not a shooting one. Hope Harvest is a shooting one. This is one of the big threshing engines. The
Sure.
movement 10, lots of impact hit dudes. Then he's got the
AP99 thing.
yeah, it's AP3, I think. Strength 4 AP3. So an interesting
close.
one. Good against my chariots for sure. Brazen Beasts, just on the hill. They do have the flaming, whatever that's called. Manifestation. Behind them, some Furies. Then in the middle, that big unit has 2 Dark Pulpit characters in with a load of Lemurs, and that is his Death Star. Yes, so Harbingers on Dark Pulpit.
Well, it's an interesting one defining it, Death Star, because is it more of a brick?
It's just a huge brick.
It's not going to die.
Res
Star
5
rather than Death Star.
Parry, obviously the 5 up Aegis. Then he's got in the front anyway with the characters. He's got 16, I think, strength 5 attacks and maybe some strength 6 attacks as well. So like a decent amount back from their point of view, and he's got 8 deep. So that's your anchor. For the rest of the stuff to come in. Then he's got a Maw next to him with a lovely model there as well, which is cool. I like all of Ollie's fishmen sea demons. They're very, very cool. We were talking a bit as well. We were just chatting about stuff from his list, and he said about the characters and the models and what the army's based on and stuff. And there is a bit of lore from Ninth Age that he's based the Maw on. I think there is a sea-dwelling Maw demon. So that's what his whole army's based on, which is really cool. It's a really, really cool idea and nice to see. It's I guess a fluff list, but it is also a decent list as well. Then he's got a big unit of Succubi in the forest with some Veil Walkers. Veil Serpents, sorry, on the right-hand side. Choosing poison. They don't have the magic champion, so they're just as is there. So really happy with Giants versus Succubi. I think that can go really, really well. Veil Serpents, they chose poison again as always.
You keep saying choosing poison. What do you mean by that?
They have 3 options to choose from at the start of battle.
Oh, they just choose
poison minus agility or something like that to you, and something else that I can't remember.
They just choose one. Yeah, I misread that. I thought they still have to choose one before battle. But
no, literally on deployment. It's really, really good. I like stuff like that.
Venom Sacs.
Yes.
Is that what they're choosing? Poison.
So it's a bit dicey on how it's spiky. So if one of them goes into a giant, they could just outright kill it because it's got 18 attacks or something like that. So it could just spike it, but we got to go aggressive, and that's what we're. I don't mind the Big Brother Giant into these bloat flies because their thing is like if you do wound them, they do a toxic, but that's wounded on 6s, so I don't mind that too much. So I'm going over there, pushed up fairly aggressively that way, but I don't want to get too close to the impact hitter guy threshing engine.
So you were listening to Tommy T's "Be aggressive, be aggressive."
Absolutely. And in the middle, I do, again, just trying to be sensible with the threshing engine. I don't want to get charged, basically, there. Otherwise, in the middle, just going up. And, I'm not too fussed about the Death Star. We'll see. The Krugar moves up to be within 18 inches of the wall. So he's going to have a pop there.
Pew, pew.
In Magic, I get Blackwing Totem off on the BSB's unit. Because while he's in the forest, he gets 5/9 on the totems, which is really cool. And I get Healing Waters off on one giant, shooing him with the Veil Serpents into the other one, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
A bit wider, and he takes.
Takes
the bait. He was fairly confident he'd go through it. So there you go.
Were you not tempted to do the Healing Waters on the other one so that he would have a longer charge on the one near you? Or
no, I thought if he stays out there, then happy days. So as you can see, I can see if I survive, I can see him. Yep. But obviously that's if I don't do 9 wounds. But if I do 9 wounds, I'm probably winning. So
Probably, I would say so.
Over here, he's
And
moved up
probably
with
also illegal with only like 5 attacks, but still.
Well,
I suppose
he goes
he's
first.
attacking first,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
fair enough. All right, I'll try not to sell it.
So here's Bloatflies come up to chaff my big brother giant and say, "Bring it on!" Basically,
Which you
out of
will.
line of sight of these chariots. Otherwise, he kind of moves back,
Mm,
and I'm like,
okay.
okay. These Bloatflies aren't scoring, so what he's done over here is try and put stuff to stop any scoring going that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only really got my Minos as well going that way, so it's kind of a fight for these 2 units. But if this becomes clear, I can put my ambushes over there.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that could be a thing as well.
It could.
Otherwise, yeah, like I said, he's just moved a bit back. So that's an interesting thing to see. Over here, he gets he rolls 2 dice at Ancestral Aid and gets double 6. So you got to respect that and let it off from that point of view.
You especially have to respect that.
Yeah. He does a spear into me, I think, and does 1 wound.
Oh, how rude!
No,
did Krugar do some to them all?
He did 1 wound to the Veil Serpents.
Oh,
I was trying to kill one before they came in, but not to be.
Okay.
It isn't the spear because I think this might be Hand of Heaven.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah. He also gets Raven's Wing to move them way back. So a decent phase for him, 3 spells, and yeah, that's it. Over here, he does 5 wounds, but it's not enough to kill me. But I only do 2 back because he saves a load of Aegis.
As demons do, yeah.
As demons do. Possibly, or I do 5 wounds to him. I'm not sure. It's one of them. But either way, we stick around. I believe. Over here,
you bring it on.
Yeah, the call was called, so we answer the call.
Okay.
I also double charge into the Lemur block. I go, you know what? I've got some gargoyles to chaff. I was also I actually, because I got Black Wing off, it's actually not that big a charge. It is like a 19, maybe an 18 or 19. But actually with movement 8 effectively plus the D3 plus the 1, I'm actually not too. It's like a 8 on dice, I think it is.
Okay. With Swiss Stride.
Well, I think it was because it's a D3. It's like an 8 needing a 3 on the D3, a 9 needing a 2, so something like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But I also goodness me. But I also I am able to chaff the Brazen Beast with my Minotaurs here and get out a line of sight of the Threshing Engine as well. So I can chaff both sides and go in. And the Razor Tusk needs like at 11, but if I get into that, that's an extra impact hits and stuff. So Brucey, yeah. I do go in, but the Razor Tusk doesn't get in, unfortunately. It takes a while to get the exact point with the Minotaurs to chaff. It is super close, and we spend a little bit of time getting that exactly right just to make sure that we could, because it was quite important. I can, and we're in the front, so it's not the biggest thing in the world. But yeah, it did spend a little time just to make sure that we could get there.
Mark your units, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like actually this giant fled and got caught. But both my ambushes come on, and with the mongrels and these thrown weapons, I'm hoping to shoot them off the park.
And Kruger's dropped back as well.
Yeah, Kruger's come over. So this is like my project for the rest of the 3 or 4 turns.
Valley of Death.
Yeah, Giant just comes right up out the way against the Succubi because he is not scared of Succubi. Also, if they charge, they're in the forest. So I'm pretty happy with that. Over here, this is just showing a bit of magic. I get Stone Skin off on these guys in case he does come in, which is great. He lets that one off, and then I dice him on Healing Waters, which is superb. And bring it on, Death Star. Over here, so I do some wounds to the Veil Serpents. As you can see, they are able to just take the models off themselves. So he only has 4 models, one of which has 1 wound on him as well. So he's down to 11 wounds. That thing, and he's not facing anyone. So the project begins.
Kill him before he can get away. Yeah.
Yep. Over here, I only do 2 wounds, I want to say. He only does 4, but I do have a charge. I think I hold as well. So there is that. And over here, he does 3 wounds to me. I kill a dark pulpit, which reduces him right down. I just literally put everything on one of the dark pulpits, kill it, and we crack on, really. Kill a few lemurs to stomps and things. I think I kill 5.
Okay, not bad.
But yeah, so if I can do same again, go against this other dark pulpit, kill that, then great. The more is being blocked. And I move like this by the gargoyles. I move like this so that there's no overrun potential for his maw, because I had to be so close to chaff him that he could actually overrun at that point. But there is no overrun potential now that I've got 1 deep. So yeah, good start for them.
Yeah.
Over here he charges, and I pass the terror check that I always forget.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what rerollable 8. Yeah.
Leisha rerollable, so it's a bit dicey, but they come through. Well done, gargoyles.
Well done.
Over here, he charges into here, and that's just inevitable. That's fine. But at least I've got my chariots backing up. Big brother. So there you go. Shows you that. Brazen beasts come this way towards the spoil as well. Now that all my ambushes are on the other side, so I do need to be careful here. They ignore the Minotaurs in the middle and put his Furies in the middle to chaff me.
Yeah, good to see the Grotto boys have joined your side this time. The chariots.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure Ryan will be pleased.
Doing very well, and hopefully they'll back up and do even better. So over here, this is showing everything getting
Furies of Chaff John
Furies and the more. He goes 5 wide because he knows that being deep won't do anything against the giant. Moves up slightly, not quite in the forest centrally, but says this is the best I can do, and I've got ranks at least.
Yeah.
He then also gets Spectral Blades and Ancestral Aid off on them.
Oh.
And I go, okay, well, I guess I'm chaffing you my next turn. Over here, he also gets something off on the lemurs as well, which is frustrating. So yeah, I had a great phase last time. He's had a good phase this time. Absolutely obliterates the giant. I do kill one of his dudes, but yeah, that's a dead giant. Dead gargoyles as well, and this is actually after combat. He doesn't do much to me, but I don't do much to him. I think I only do 2 wounds to that pulpit and 2 wounds to lemurs. So we just it was like I had like 18 attacks or something like that with the BSB in there, and just nothing came in. There was like no battle focus then on the re-rolls and stuff, and then there was just like not many wounds. It wasn't even like he was saving those. I just wasn't doing many. But I was like, all right, we stood there. I think I held. I think I actually had to take a test because of his static combat res. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was all good. His maw obviously kills the gargoyles. Faces like this. My Minotaurs go into his Furies. My Erastus chariot comes over this way to help out, and the Goblin trio go into the bloatflies.
I was going to say, are you really going to back them up?
Yeah. So they go in to at least kill the bloatflies and stay there. His threshing engine went off the board, so it'll come up on the next turn.
Yeah,
just so that I couldn't charge him. As you can see on the right hand side, I've got my 4 shooting units over there, just to see how much I can do damage wise, and if he goes into my mongrels, and so be it. But I'm hoping that with all these shots and then a standard shoot, we should be good.
And you can pick up the objective over there with your wild horns.
Yes, exactly. I get double buff off again. I think again he lets off one of them. I dice him on the other, and I'm pretty happy that both the spells are off on these guys now. Even if his more comes in, I'm super happy with how that goes. They come in, do the wounds. They take a few toxics, but otherwise kill the bloatflies, so that's points. Probably their points work back. Minotaurs kill the Furies and face this way. I do this one first to put some pressure on the Brazen Beasts. They are flaming as well, so I've got to be aware of that when I put buffs on units.
You weren't tempted to have the Minos go and fight out the Lemures as well?
Purely because I haven't got the central objective, and I
Oh,
don't want
you had
these
to
red
run
and beasts
past
just
it
to pick up the other one.
and make it 1-1. Yeah,
Yeah.
fair dues.
Over here, I get him down to 2 Veil Serpents, 1 Wither wound, so he's only got 5 wounds left.
Okay.
So perhaps could have done with a few more, but it's not too bad. Krugar's doing most of the work as well.
Not bad
over there.
Yeah.
And disaster strikes.
No.
I do, in total, with all my attacks and double buffed, granted there's a defensive double buff, 1 Lemur wound.
Ugh. What?
Which means, I don't think he does anything to me, but combat res, he wins by 1. I'm on a 7 rerollable. I fail. He catches me. What?
And he goes and stands next to the objective.
What?
Oh.
And we
boy.
both looked at each other and went, how did that happen?
Oh yeah.
How did that just like his Dark Pulpit, I think, is only, it might be res 5, but like it's not got any, it's only got the 5-up save sort of thing. But
Yeah.
I just once again I just didn't roll any wounds and things. It was like, it was mad. Out of like 12 hits or whatever I got, I might have rolled 2 4-ups. And like, yeah, it was just like, it was just unbelievable. And my big block with my BSB is gone.
Oh. That's a
I guess
problem.
he was right about his death star.
It is that it caused you death. Yeah. Can't really argue with that one.
Yeah.
It's disappointing, isn't it?
He charges with his Brazen Beast over here, and I'm just hoping he fails. Over here,
I love that. I'm just hoping he fails.
That's all I can do.
Fail, please.
That's all I can do. He charges in. I do 2 more wounds. I might even do 3 more wounds actually on the standard shoot, which is superb. Well done, Mongols. And it is just 1v1. Again, I just hope he doesn't kill my Soothsayer. Because he's
1v1. I love that you've
first.
written off all the raiders. It's 1v1, boys.
It is. It's a Soothsayer. Look at that. Look at that sword. The magic sword. He's ready.
Yes, he is.
It's only
They're not quite as ready for a more in the way.
because my unit broke with double buffs on them, and his Lemurs ran like 11.
Yeah.
There is now, and I did this, and I did that combat second, so I was super confident with it. It means a rear opened up against my other Minotaurs with no magic buffs and a Maw.
Yeah.
Not many people want the Maw slapping their backside. And the
I mean, some do,
are one of those.
but you're not one of them.
No. He comes on over here. He does fail.
He fails.
Beast,
he fails. He did fail.
Hope was there. And he's moved. This might even
you're
be
just having
Raven's Wing as well.
Teasing each other, aren't you?
Having a little ding dong over there. This is showing him move over to get ready to pick up the objective and or help out with the Minos. Sigh. And over here, he kills some Mongol Raiders in the end. He didn't even go for him because. So happy days. But I don't do
nothing back.
Because I'm
not sure you've got counter charges, have you?
And a Sutho. I do have counter charges. Yeah.
You do.
Kruger and some of the other dudes. And the other dudes come in.
Yeah, I don't think Kruger could see him actually, but yeah.
Fair enough. Either way.
It was so insignificant when I destroyed that Veil Serpent.
But I come in, I got charge, I got ranks, I got banner. Pretty happy with this.
Still situation. 1-on-1.
As long as he doesn't kill my
Soothsayer.
No.
Over
here, I double charge the Brazen Beasts. And because I'm charging him with 4d6 plus 1 impact hit, strength 5 impact hits, I'm pretty happy with the situation. And Ollie shares my thing. But as you can see, the Maw is free because he completely rinsed those Minotaurs.
Man.
I think he does like 6 wounds. I think I'm not steadfast because he's technically a rank as well, or something silly. And I flee and just 2 Minos basically for the price of 1. And oh my god,
Or maybe just the fact that you didn't have your BSB or your general anywhere near the Minotaur's discipline just couldn't take all their charge. So
over here, I just move up to the Succubi's rear. I'm very happy with that because they now don't have anywhere to march away. Even if they march away, I'll be within 10 inches, which is basically an auto charge, as long as I don't roll a double one. We were actually quite loose with how he was positioned, so don't worry too much, and how like the Succubi ranked up and how I was, because we were like, I can just be pretty much square on.
I can be where I need to be. Yeah.
Again, one of those things where you just agree. And this is the last picture. It's actually only on where we're at turn 5 now, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the end of turn 4. But it's the end of the picture because we got to this point and we were like, well, we know what's going to happen.
Yes.
We know that these units of his will die.
Yes, they will.
Graphics. Because the giant will kill the Succubi over 3 rounds of combat. I think it's 3 or 4. The chariots will pretty much instantly kill the brazen beasts, and the veil serpent will not survive. We did roll out the attacks for the soothsayer though, but it didn't die. So happy days.
Hey,
we did decide would die straight after killing the brazen beasts was the chariots and the
all the
chariot.
chariots.
The more would kill the raised tusk, and the threshing engine would kill that. That was pretty obvious. But then the final thing to decide was, well, after these chariots do die, is where's the objective? And he doesn't have any scoring on that side. He does have in the middle, unfortunately, and I have one on the side. So it's a drawn objective with those things dying. And we were like, let's call it there.
Simples.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So yeah, that's where we ended up.
A lot dead.
A lot dead. Unfortunately for me, a lot more dead than I ever imagined. Drawn objective, and it was 7-13 in terms of sheer points difference.
Sure.
A really fun game. I felt like I grasped the jaws of defeat from the jaws of victory, with just failing to do any wounds whatsoever to that unit. And I guess it is Res 5 versus my Strength 5, so there's always a chance it could spike on 4-ups. But unfortunately, it spiked the wrong way, and I lost by 1 combat Res. And Discipline 8, I guess, the first time it's really come up against me. Can't say for sure whether I rolled an 8, so whether 9 would have helped. Yeah. But I was feeling pretty comfortable up to that point, and then it all went downhill very, very, very quickly. So,
it's a big difference losing that central block, wasn't it? Because it gave him an objective out as well, didn't it?
And it essentially gave him the other Mino brick. So if you think it's 1,100 points just in Minos, then you've got the BSB, who's about 500 plus 200 on that. So it's a big swing. But regardless of result-wise, it was a very fun game. Ollie's a great opponent. We had a lot of fun. And probably talked too much. But it was
too much.
Yeah, it was very good, and look forward to our rematch. And once again, like the first game, I felt it was like a decent-ish mashup. I was in it. I was very much in it. There was a path to victory. I just couldn't quite get there with it, and still managed a 7-13. So that'd be enough for that.
Yeah. I think if the giant does a number on the blowflies first in that combat, then that changes that whole flank as well, because you're surplus a unit rather than him being surplus a unit.
Yeah, same with the Veil Serpents. After taking 5 wounds, I've got 10 auto hits. I only did 2 wounds after that. So spikes can happen. I think perhaps like the spikes
Demons are very good at that.
Yeah, they just didn't go for me this time. But it was a fun battle. I was in it, and that's all you really want. With a new army,
definitely, yeah. I mean, 7 and 8 is not terrible anyway. It's the higher side of defeats. So
absolutely, it's not being 20'd, and like I said, I didn't feel like I wasn't in these games, and the game I wasn't able to do anything. I did actually have some tools, so on another day, perhaps I'll beat a demon. Maybe. You never know.
But not today. Yeah,
not today.
Fair enough. Cool. All right. Well, cheers for that. Give some comments, like, share, subscribe, all those things. And we'll see how I go in round 2. Because if I can get 7 points, then we might face each other round 3. If I only get 7 points, but let's hope by trying for more.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, there is a consolation if you only get 7.
There is. Yes. If you can call that consolation. Yes.
Absolutely.
Great. We'll see you in round 2, bottom of the second round for PTG boys.
Yep.
Here we go.
Stay safe, have fun, but until then, see you later.